Breaking my heart, but what can I do, baby? Love really. It's surprisingly hard work. Even though the tool is doing most of the work for me. It's a bit really dusty in here. Yeah, it's pretty difficult. The plaster's pretty old, so it's coming off fairly quickly. So I should be done in like an hour, hopefully. I do have to be careful though, because that tool is 1000 watts, or a little bit more than that, I think. And my extension cable that I'm using is only rated for 850. So I'll just keep an eye on that. I don't think it's that dangerous. Maybe it is. I'm out of breath. Anyway, I'll keep going. It's also because breathing through this isn't just like normal breathing. It's quite restricted. But you have to test this when you put it on to make sure it's a good fit. You press these bits here and try to breathe in. And if you can't breathe in, you know you've got a good seal. It's not actually perfect, this one. I think it was dusty when I put it on. But nothing is too harmful. I'm going to give this a rest for a minute and let the dust settle, because it's clouding up my goggles. But how dusty? It's pretty dusty. Let's go outside. So the reason I'm taking the plaster off that wall is because there's lots of hollow sounding patches in places, so if you knock on it you can sort of hear it, and it's weak, so it's got to come off. We're going to board instead. Now I've got a little bit of a problem though, because the electricians chased in some wiring as well as my Ethernet cables, the Cat 6 that I had put in. It might have been Cat 6A, I can't remember. I think it was. Chased those in and bonded over the top. But that bonding's, I don't know, we might be able to just go around it, we'll see. I'm going to sort of get it as neat as possible. Maybe just leave the bonding in and take everything else off. But I don't want it coming out, because at the moment it's safe. And I feel safer with it staying there. So maybe I'll just trim it back, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to leave that for 15 minutes or so, just to let the dust settle a little bit, and then we'll be back at it. Idiot. It's really hard work. I'm not very keen on getting on a ladder with this thing. But it's going to have to happen because I need to get above where I can reach. So that's going to take some time. I'll be very careful with that, I think. I need another break. I get too hot and out of breath, and these glasses are sweating up. Fuck. Yeah, again, I need another break. I'm out of breath. Jesus, I'm sweating a lot. Well, it's hard work. Harder than I expected, really. I thought it was, I mean, I could pull it off with my hands, so I thought it would be easier. Anyway, we'll come back. I've learned something about this thing. You don't need to go full whack. You can just sort of tap it. So you don't need to keep it like full speed. It seems to work better if it's not going at full speed, actually. I don't know whether the hammer action has more time to kick in or whether it's just, maybe I just don't know how to use it. I'll take this off for a second, I'll put it back on. So, oh god, it's too dusty in here, but I'll quickly show you what I'm doing now. So you'll see just outside where this bonding is that's holding in all the wires, there's a little sort of column of plaster that needs to come off. So that's what I'm going to do now, but it's behind that door and I've wedged stuff under the door so you won't be able to see it. I'm going to go outside and get some fresh air, let this stuff settle a bit, and that's it. We'll move on to the next thing, which I think is taking a wall down, like a partition wall, old lath and plaster, kind of interesting. There you go, all done. Well, I say all done. I do need to get the rubble sacks out, but that is it. It's now about, I don't know what time it is, let's have a look. It is 5:30, which means it's time for a beer. So I forgot to do it before of the carpet not being here. It's a very hot day, like 32 degrees. My mate Matt has come over to help me take these tiles off. So actually some of them are really easy to take off. They're not very well glued, but there are other sections over here where the glue is like super thick and the stuff's sticking. I've only found a couple of spiders, but it looks all right. It's in good nick. There are a few floorboards that are a bit funky. Which one? That one. I'm sure they'll manage to fix that. I'll show you at the end. Now someone's going to ask if we've had this tested for asbestos. And I'm going to go, yes. Oh, I can't smell any asbestos, so I think it's fine. So I realised the tiles were sort of underneath this sort of trim. I think you need to pull it. Oh, okay, up. Underneath the trim. So we're just going to take the trim off. It looks to be pretty cheap stuff. So I reckon it's something I can just get some new bits of. It's just like a quarter circle, isn't it? Quarter circle? I don't know if that's what you'd say. Quarter of a tube. And get some new stuff and glue it down or nail it down. But it's going all right. Matt's done most of the work, honestly.
Matt over here, I won't show his face. Well, he's soaking with sweat because he's working really hard. But he's leaving me to do all the rest of it myself, which is fine. We've got loads done. I'll give you a little walk around. It looks terrible, but they're going to sand like a few millimetres off these boards, so you won't see any of this stuff. Matt's been... God, look at all the dust and stuff behind there. Oh wait, is that newspaper? It is. Can't see a date on it. So I'm gonna do this on my own, finish it off. But Matt and I are just gonna have a little beer in the garden and cool off. Well, it's actually gonna be hotter outside. Now, I don't advocate drinking while working, but this beer, Boathouse Blonde, my mate bought me back from his holiday in the Lake District. It's only 3.8%, so I've had one. I feel bad about doing that, but it's Saturday and it's just the one. Anyway, Matt's now gone, so I'm going to continue this on my own. We only had one spider to deal with, which is good. So he went in a glass and then got popped outside. Someone did tell me that, you know, indoor spiders don't really do very well outside, but they at least become food for something else rather than squashed in the house, which is not something I like to do. I've realised I've got to take these old plug sockets off the wall. Now, they're not connected to anything anymore, so I'll get the meter out and just probe it and make sure. In fact, we could do that now. So I've got my little non-contact voltage thing. My little Unity thing. What's the model number? Oh no, there it is. Unity UT210E. And we'll throw it into non-contact voltage mode. And I get nothing. Don't think it matters if I switch it. Maybe it does. Nothing at all. So I'm safe to cut those wires and take that switch off. The reason I'm going to do that is because this one actually goes into the floorboards, and the guy coming to do the sanding and fixing is going to fix any holes and stuff that there are, and hopefully make it look really nice. So I'll have to just chop this out, and I might go down into the cellar and pull that cable back through. The people that did the rewire, if you watched that series, they did take some of the old stuff out, but not all of it. So in places where it was going to cause damage to something when they took it out, they didn't take it out. And I said that I would do it. So there's another one over here that the tails have been taken off of. That one just needs coming off, but I'm just going to leave that one for a while. It doesn't really matter. So there's another hole. This one was for the gas pipe. Have I got that out? Oh, it's in there somewhere. I'm not gonna pull it out. A little bit more work to do in here. Let's see if we can get this old thing off. See if it looks interesting. Will that fit? So this one's a old MK socket. Let's have a look at it here. Oh, there's a little spider there. Just another little double check. No, we're good. So that's what that looks like. But we're just going to be having it off the wall, so... What? Hello? You're not going to let me... So this is actually screwed into the skirting, so I'm going to have to get some wood filler to fix this. Whoops, a daisy. Why aren't you mating? There we go. You can see what colour this skirting used to be. So stained at one point and then painted green, and then, oh no, stained at one point, painted a bit yellow, green, and then white. See, there's all the old wiring colours. I don't know when this would have been added, but what, before? Like 80s or something maybe. We'll have those ripped out. Right, now Matt's gone, I'm having to do this on my own. And it is tough. This stuff is like still quite sticky. You see how sticky that is? After all this time. Ugh. So I'm not quite sure what the floor guy's going to make of this. But we're almost there with the tiles coming off. And then it's just more of that edging to come off. I'm getting hot. What time is it? Hot again, not even like hot for the first time. 4:30. Okay. Right, well that's the flooring part in here done. There's tidy up to do now. But I've taken off that, I'm going to call it beading. I don't know if it really is that. Sorry about the echoiness, by the way. Taken off all the beading, all of the tiles have come up. I've got a whole big box of mess. I've just got a rubber bag to stick all of that in. Yeah. But I've decided, I think this might need to come off, the surround. Because if you look down here, where they're going to sand, sort of goes underneath this. And because I'm getting rid of this, it's just going to leave an unsanded portion of this floor. So, well, I suppose I could paint that section, but I think it needs to come out. But then the skirting board goes up to it, so I don't know. See, those screws are pretty corroded. It might be hard to get them out. In fact, they're all like that. God, I can't even see a bit on that. Oh, I don't know what to do. Maybe I don't do it. I can always take it off later. God, this floor just sticking. In fact, I bet I've got some got this stuff all over my feet. Yeah. Oh well. Walking asbestos. I mean, nothing. Do you know what? If I take that off, it's going to be a real chore and I'll have to put it somewhere, so maybe I'll leave it. Oh, okay, that's the end. You've got quite a lot out of me. So, bye. Yeah, you'll probably get an update with the floor actually when it's done, maybe. I'll see if I can pop my head round when they're doing it, but anyway. My back. Ouch. This wall is the one that we're going to be taking down today. I'm just waiting for my mate Nat to get here. So while I'm waiting, I'm just getting rid of this old electrical trunking maybe. So it's got these sort of slits down here for these wires to go in. These horrid wires. But I do enjoy the fact that behind here we've got some wallpaper that would have been here, well, even more behind that, would have been here before they put electricity in the house. So when was that, 40s? Is that when electricity was sort of popular? Maybe before that, I don't know. But yeah, some pretty old wallpaper there. Well, that's annoying. I was just clearing out this channel downstairs. So it's all clear now, which is fine. But it goes into the roof there. And it was behind this. So let me just put this back up. So you can see that would have fit there, just like the one on this side. And it is actual plaster, so I've fucking broken it. I'm hoping it can be glued back on. I don't know. Damn it. Oh well. So I'm done with that now. I've got a little bit of clean up to do, but I'm still waiting for that to arrive. So instead, I've decided I would have a look at this pipe. I've got loads of leftover plasterboard, and I thought I'd create a little frame to put some plasterboard around to hide this pipe. Now, I've never done stud work before, but so, you know, that's your famous first words, I guess. I don't know. So I've attached this this bit of wood. I originally started by trying to measure the gap across here, but I've only got a tape measure, and so it sort of bends a bit and didn't go very well. And then I realised, why am I doing that? It doesn't need to be perfect, because I can just put side bits here, and as long as it's mostly the way there, I'm just covering it with board. So this is 12.5 mil, and I've measured a little over 12.5, and like 12.7 mil here, so the plaster can come across here. And so I just need to cut a couple of these, and then I need to put one up there as well, and then that should be enough to hold it. I mean, I don't know if I need a cross section here, which I might do, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty pleased, having never done this before. So this is just going to screw into the two that I've got here. So I've just checked that there's no electrics running here. There is here, but nothing here. So I'm all right. I don't know how to cut plasterboard. I might just use a saw. We'll see. So I still have no idea what I'm doing, but that's the solution I've come up with to box this in, so that section there won't have any support. I'm not going to put a cross beam down. That's fine, isn't it? So now I'm just measuring out the plasterboard and cutting a section. So hopefully that'll look all right. It's so hot. Yet again, I'm covered in sweat. He's not coming, I don't think. It's okay, mate, I can manage on my own. So here you go, this is what lath and plaster looks like. So this is the lath, these wooden strips. So I've been cutting along here so I can make it easier just to pull these bits away. It's a bit dark, isn't it? It's because I've had to turn the lights off because I'm cutting near that light switch. So I have to turn all of the upstairs lights off. So I'm just basically severing them here so that all the plaster just sort of falls away. Hopefully it won't take too long because it's already almost 5 o'clock. And it has to be done by Monday or Tuesday. It has to be done by Tuesday. And it's Sunday. Would you believe it? He's actually turned up. Oh yeah, good. Dressed for doing some work then.
What should I be wearing?
This is what I'm doing. Come and have a look. There's a camera up here by the way, doing a time lapse thing. So, if you want to turn off.
Wait, you want to take this whole wall down?
Yeah, I'm going to take all of this off.
Wait, when you say the wall down, do you...
I'm going to take the lath and the plaster off.
So there's not actually going to be the wall knocked through?
No, just this one side of it. So the other side will stay. It's like not it's not a very strong wall.
Yeah, it's. So what? Are you just taking?
Are you here to help?
I just don't know what you.
Learning how to do it. Look at all the bloody horsehair here.
Sell it.
Look at that.
Sell it on eBay. Does that mean that this plaster is just like insanely old?
Yes, this is from when the house was built.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
It hasn't been replastered since.
No, this would be 130 years old. This is what is in this plaster. It's got horse. I think it's horsehair. It better be horsehair. But that's what binds it together. You'll see in like modern plasterboard. Oh shit. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, there are. You might be able to see them. There are very fine hairs in it, and that's sort of fibres that hold it together. But this stuff is clumps of horsehair. So the battery ran out on this thing. That's what we're looking like now. It looks kind of cool, doesn't it? So tomorrow evening, well, I might do a little bit more tonight, but tomorrow evening I'll finish that one. So it's just taking the top bit of wall out, going down and ripping all that lath off. I also need to take the coving off. I've already started. There's some dangerous hanging over the wall bits, but I'm fairly pleased. And Nat did actually quite a lot of work, as much as I slag him off. So that's the end of the day, I guess, and the end of this video. So I'll put all those bits together and upload it tonight, I guess. I will be finishing that wall tomorrow evening. I haven't really got a choice, because all the plastering's got to get done. And Nat's here. Hello, Nat. Yeah, he's a bit strange like that, but I'm very appreciative of his help today, even though I'm fairly certain he turned up so late to try and avoid it.
No, if I wanted to avoid it, I could have done.
No, it's exactly that. That's why I turned up so late and not dressed remotely in clothes that you would do any kind of DIY.
I mean, David is the DIY master.
Nat will actually show me up because he's funnier than me, so I'm going to leave it there. Alright, I'll speak to you all later. Bye!